Good evening, everyone. We're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order at this time. Please turn all cell phones, electronic devices to off or vibrate at this time. Councilman Mr. Morris, would you please lead us in our prayer and pledge this evening, sir?
Lord, we thank you for this day and the blessings we're receiving from it. We thank you so much for the rain you have sent. It was badly needed. Lord, we're lifting up our prayer to you that you would send us more in abundance. Lord, as we go about the business of the city of Ballinger, give us the wisdom and knowledge to make the decisions that's good for every citizen who lives in this community. Lord, just lead us and guide us to how you would have us to go each and every day. Pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. All right, consider approval of the minutes of the August 6, 2018 meeting, please. Everybody has time to review. Yes, no? Only have the one. Though under the prayer and pledge, we didn't have a listing of who the person was, we just had permission. I'm just reading it out. I believe it was Mr. Fuentes. Anything else? Motion to accept the minutes as presented, please. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you. All right, visitors who are not on the regular agenda will be given the opportunity to address the council on any subject at this time. Is anyone present not on the agenda for this evening? Once, twice. All right, thank you. All right, City Council may consider, discuss, or take action on a request from Mr. Keith Simpson to purchase or rent the building located at 607 Strong Avenue. Mr. Simpson.
Yes,
Good evening, sir.
Gentlemen, thank you for allowing me a little bit of time this afternoon. This all developed Tuesday, as a matter of fact. I'm with the Lake Avenue Baptist Association over here, located right next to the post office. There were 48 churches across this association in a 100 by 100 mile area plus. Our new church start guy is John Silva out of Lubbock that works with the Texas Baptists, and he and Edgar Trinidad out of San Angelo are wanting to start a strictly Hispanic work here in Ballinger. The church that would be sponsoring it would be, and it's a long name, Segundo de la Batista de San Angelo or something like that. They just abbreviate, call it SIBSA or something like that. We went over and looked at that building just out of curiosity the other day when we were going to lunch. We were going to Alejandro's and passed by it, and they said, let's stop and look at that building. I said, okay, I'll see what I can find out who owned it or whatever and what the intentions are. And I said, I know they'll have a lot more questions that I can't answer, but this church is not a poor little Hispanic church in San Angelo, okay? They have their own radio station. They have their own TV station. They have now started an English-only speaking church there as a mission church off of theirs. So we're not talking about a small church, we're talking about a pretty large church. And they're wanting to start a purely Hispanic work here in Ballinger. I know that La Comunidad up here has been absorbed back into First Baptist Ballinger. Is that right, Mr. Morris? And because we couldn't keep a pastor there. The first guy died, or the second guy died, I forgot which one, and so they kind of got absorbed back into First Baptist. So when you look at the demographics of Arundel County, there's desperate need for it. And I'm not pushing one way or the other for it. I said I will present this to whomever I need to and let y'all ask some questions and see what we can come. And it may not be resolved tonight, I don't expect it to be, but at some point in time, I think this church would like to either lease purchase this thing, maybe buy it outright, or rent it, or something. And they're willing to come down, they're willing to start right now cleaning up around it and getting things fixed up. But I know y'all had some plans originally to either move the PD over there or the Sheriff's Department over there, and that may still be in the works. But that's pretty much what my spiel is tonight, I guess.
Well, it is for the PD, and that was what it was designated for. As far as Sheriff's Department, that's county. We don't deal with them.
Well, that's right. Well, I couldn't remember whether it's Sheriff or PD that y'all were thinking about moving over there.
Any comments, council?
If we sold this, what would we do for a new PD location?
Well, that's the deal. That was the reason we had purchased is because the Methodist Church came to us and asked us to please take it because the price was so good. We did do some work to it. Steve and I visited earlier with Chief as far as the modification. Basically what we did is we had to come in and spend some money to have the foundation fixed. And then they started cleaning it up a couple of years ago. We have had it for about 6 years. But the location was because it was close to the courthouse.
Sure.
And because it's going to take, basically you'll have the police station, ACO there, and also the court. So the court would be there. Did I miss anything too?
No.
Are we still going with that, or, you know?
Well, we've talked about it. We didn't put it in the budget. We talked about it. It's a need. So, you know, that's something down the road.
Of course, it's been stagnant for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, you got an update on that building, the shape it's in?
There's a crack in the brick on the left-hand corner, there. I haven't been inside it in quite a while.
I've never been in it. Foundation still holding up?
Well, to be expected for right now, yeah.
Most of the foundation, was it there in the front area, the congregational
They
area?
went all the way around it, you know, and jacked it up and put concrete pillars under it.
That foundation problem, is it a foundation
Well,
problem
it's a
or
slab.
or a soil problem?
Well, that's, you know, I
50/50.
don't know, that's something you'd have to go underneath the slab and really look at, you know, but, it's got some cracks in the floor, and the footing, you know, around the outside was what was really given, and that's what we had fixed.
If you wanted to lease it, you wouldn't have to put it out for bid, but if you want to sell it, you'd have to put it out for bid.
You know, table.
That's what I was about to say. Maybe we need to table and look at our options, because, you know, we sell it, maybe we end up go for a PD somewhere else, or there's all kinds of options. But
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to make a decision about tonight.
Yeah.
That's some better information.
I agree. Everybody else feels that way?
Would they be interested in a short-term lease?
Very possibly, if we can find another building, you know, it might be available here, yes, sir. And again, this may be another couple of months before we actually get it rolling. We've got procedures we've got to go through with the Texas Baptists. We've got to sign, they have to make an application, then we have to sign a covenant, and we have to get money approval, and so on and so forth, you know. So it'll be a 2 to 3 month process down the road before they actually were to move into whatever building, you know, that might be available.
It gives us time to look at our options.
And we might want to take a tour of the building.
Yeah, we get an idea.
All right, motion to table, please.
I'll make the motion to table.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. We will look into it further, Mr. Simpson, and then you all continue to contact us and see where you're at.
All right, sir. I appreciate your time this afternoon. You gentlemen have a blessed afternoon.
You do the same, sir. Thank you, be careful.
Behave yourself, Brett.
I'll try anyway. Grant? All right, city council may consider, discuss, or take action on bids received for pest control services for all city buildings. You what?
I'm going to take that up as well.
Yeah, we did. Okay. All right. Ms. Bo's gonna get us the information on that, and while she's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and jump down to 7. City council may consider, discuss, or take action on approval of building permit. Mr. Steve, please, sir.
Okay, 505, Hudson. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, no?
It's a 20 by 80 carport for the appraisal district. And, Mr. E.K. Bender, 401 Avenue A, is gonna build a little boat storage, 18 by 34. Everything should be fine.
I'll sit back for a minute. It should be good.
Okay.
And on, I know this don't have anything to do with permit, but because the appraisal district is gonna build this carport, we're gonna have to do something with that out. So,
Is that the one between the church and their building?
well, it'd be, the back of the appraisal district
Right.
building.
Right?
We've got a
And
drainage
the
problem.
alley that goes between, the pantry and the Alhambra.
Okay, so you're talking the other one, the other alley.
Yeah, because, they may flood the pantry if we don't do something with that alley.
Okay.
That's an narrow alley anyway.
Yeah.
So you're talking off of this carport that would just carry more water in order to go down that alley? Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna
I was
shed.
just trying to follow where you were. You what?
It's gonna shed quite a bit of water.
Okay. How big? Did you say 20?
20 by
20
80.
days.
Oh, yeah.
See my tax dollars going
The
towards.
problem's down at the end of the alley.
See my tax dollars going towards. shed.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they poured an apron down, concrete house, and it's higher than the alley.
Yeah.
By just a few inches, and it's gonna be just enough. We need to cut it down some, and so we can lower that end of the alley just a little bit.
So it's doable what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to 8. The city council may consider, discuss, or take action on the demolition of the following property.
We didn't take action on it.
I'm so sorry. That is my fault.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve building permits as presented.
Second.
Motion second. Y'all did it at the same time. That is my fault. I apologize. All right, one more time. The city council may consider, discuss, or take action on the demolition of the following properties. Lisa Villalpando, 1105 North 13th Street, lots 3 and 4, block 5, Wilkie Addition. B is Misti Rose, 1308 North 7th Street, lot 7, block 1, Terry 2 Addition.
These are two burned out.
These are the two, yeah, that's what I was going to say. We don't have it. There you go. That's the most recent one, isn't it?
13th Street.
The one on 7th was the most recent.
Oh, really?
The one on 13th was around Christmas time, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other one was 3 months ago, 4 months ago, on 7th Street.
How much does the demolition cost us? How much does that cost us to do?
And been told average of 3 to 5 per house, 3 to 5,000, 3 to 5,000 per house, as far as cost of demolition and cleanup.
Yeah, taking them down, yeah. Actually, it would be our time
Okay.
and machinery cost,
Are we still using the pit?
yeah.
Okay.
Are they in agreement that the structures should come down for us,
Yeah, they really don't have any way of doing anything with them, so.
can we do a little agreement for condemnation for demolition with them?
Yeah, whether we want to just condemn them or, and then contact them and tell them what we did and, give them a chance to tear them down themselves or us tear them down, whichever way. I'm sure they'd appreciate any help.
You haven't contacted them about this at all yet?
I sent them letters.
Send them a letter.
Yeah, letters are in your packet.
Yeah, this notice of condemnation.
It's in your packet.
And that's what I thought. I want to be sure of the way you talk. Well, I definitely think we need some kind of an agreement with them that they're not gonna
Come
jump
back
up and
on.
down,
Yeah.
and have a fit because we
Is there
tore them down.
a legal form or something we can
Yeah.
get them signed?
Yeah, it's, it's much better if you get them just to agree.
Yeah.
It's substandard structure, it needs to be taken down. they'll agree to place a lien on their property. If they don't pay it, the amount of demolition costs, we place a lien on
Could you give us
it. Yes.
a deal with that? You want to table this one,
Do we want to table it, or is it going to be something you can get to us?
Well, what we're gonna do is you don't have to take action today on this, but what we'll do is send them that agreement.
Okay,
Y'all can approve the agreements if they sign off on.
okay. So, did you hear that? He's going to do an agreement, we'll send him an agreement, if they sign off on the agreement, we'll bring it back and then we'll pass it. Is that okay? All right. All right, so motion to table the demolition of the following properties: Lisa Vermont, De La Panda, 1105 North 13th, and Misti Road, 1308 North 7th, please. We make the motion, you approve? First and second, well, y'all got it at the same time tonight. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, thank you. All right, you good?
Just one.
There's just one? All right. All right, so we're going to jump back up to 6. City Council may consider, discuss, or take action on the bids received for pest control services of all city buildings. And notice there's only the one. Bug Express Pest Control Inc. All right, you want me to read the whole thing or basically the cost? I broke it down per building. Oh, so you already have the one we have in the bid.
The one we're using now.
Okay. So what do you have there, total? No? What is it? Oh, they're 40 per quarter. When is that one?
This is one.
Quarter? Okay.
You send us 40,000.
This is 40. And City Hall? Or
Recycling center.
Recycling Center is 35. Okay. For which PD? Okay, 30. What's that one? Dang.
Up to those.
Do I know
Those two would be,
what that is? So that's $10 higher, but the others are all $10 less.
then they don't do these.
Oh, they don't do the animal control water treatment? So they would be including, okay, I'll see if I can do this, y'all. We only have the one copy, this is the one bid. The current pest control is working. Just in comparison, the bid from Bug Express, the current working is on my right. So working currently does City Hall for 68. Bug Express is bidding 40. Community Center is 45 at working. Community Center for Bug Express is 40. Community Center, I just did that one, what did you choose? Let me see. Okay. This one? Okay. PD,
Police and fire together.
police and fire, okay, so police department is 60, and fire department, so police and fire department is 60-48, and they are talking about doing, at Bug Express would be 30 for police department, 40 for fire department, so that's a $10 up compared to the others. The recycle is 60 at Orton, they're bidding 35 at Bug Express. And 2 buildings that we currently do not have done by Orkin would be the animal control and the water treatment, and each of those would be forwarded with that express.
Did Orkin,
It's hard when you do a bid.
did Orkin not put a bid in? So
No, no.
the only bid you got is Bug Express.
Only got 1 bid.
Here, let's do this, which sounds like they're cheaper.
Y'all want me to just tell them, do a comparison right quick? You're like, what did you say?
Have we ever used Bug Express before?
No, they came in, I talked with them back in, I think it's February. They came in wanting to know if we took bids on the Bug Spring building. And I asked Benita that, and she said, no, we never have. And I said, well, let's start. So they gave us a bid and Orkin had it.
When did you tell me?
It's in the price for $45.
Oh, it's in there twice? Okay. So that's what they did.
You're gonna be able to compare that because there's 2 buildings. there.
Right. It's 2 additional buildings, yeah. Okay, so currently Orkin is $234.46. The new bid with Bug Express has 2 additional buildings, which is actually, okay, let's do it this way. I can do it this way. I'm gonna subtract the 2 out, okay? It's animal control and water. There we go, we can do that. Right, the 213, and then the 2 buildings I've removed that they are gonna do comparison would be 154.46 to the 213.
And it's yearly or
Quarterly.
Quarterly.
Quarterly. Okay, but with the 2 additional buildings, it's gonna be 234 compared to 213, but they're doing 2 additional buildings, which is an $80 up, because they're doing animal control for 40 and water treatment plant for 40.
We only have 1 bid, though.
Only the 1 bid from Bug Express was presented.
How much are the real gonna be in 2 buildings? But I don't know what it costs to do pest control, so.
Right. Oh, I agree. Any other comments?
Is working, having 2 buildings too, or?
No, they don't have those other 2 buildings. They don't do the other 2. The bid offered to do the water treatment plant and animal control in addition to all the others for an $80 upcharge. So basically, that's not right. Yeah. Any comments?
Perkins' contract is expired,
They have no contract.
well, they don't.
When's that?
They don't have a contract.
We don't have.
I told Benita I thought it would be reasonable to get bids, to keep everybody above board. And Orkin didn't turn a bid in.
Should we contact them, ask?
Did you ask them to turn a bid in, Bo?
No, I just sent them a letter.
Asking for a bid,
Yes.
and they never responded,
No.
so they were given the opportunity.
嗯
How long ago was that letter sent?
I think it was 2 weeks ago. 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 2 weeks ago.
In June.
Only two.
Kind of.
That's many times to one. That's many times to one place.
Them Randy Bug Express is licensed and bonded and all that stuff.
Maybe it's an actual at least 20-25
They've been
years
out here a
better.
while. They're a reputable company. I've dealt with them, so.
If they don't, they do it. We have to vote right now, or, I mean,
Good.
I said, let's go with Bug Express. I mean,
If that's the motion, I second it.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Boy, howdy, we off to that or what? You what? All right, moving along. Here the city administrator's bi-weekly report, please.
Okay, y'all all should have a weekly water report, printed out and given to you. The rains we received last week, our new lake came up 7/10 of a foot. Most of that was from Quarry Creek. They received rain, pretty good rain up around Norton towards Braun. So that was a welcome rain. I don't know exactly how much we caught in the old lake, but I'm sure it was equivalent to what was caught in the new lake. Our elevation currently stands at 1666.8. So we're in good shape. If you notice on the weekly water or drought condition report, they've got us in the moderate drought range in our area of Texas. Probably next week, that's probably going to change. They probably haven't had time to update all that. Also, I handed all of y'all out a street paving piece of paper. Me and Scott, we mainly focused on the north or northeast side of town, since most of our paving for the last 4 to 5 years has been over on the south to the east side of town. If you look at it, the red will be the worst streets over in that section, which are 16 blocks. Yellow, which is next, was 15 blocks, orange, 11 blocks, and a green and blue were still in fairly good shape. And we had one, what we call a blade patch, which was over on Phillips. Hopefully, I know there's a new administration coming on board, but hopefully next spring, when paving starts, we can take care of these 16 blocks and get those out of the way. I know one of them is in Rick's district that he's really wanting paved.
We'll sign a check, write a check.
But me and Scott, we did a pretty thorough drive-through on this side of town, and this is what we came up with. Maybe in 2020, we can get the yellow done, get that out of the way, and then go from there. So, but we want to give everybody an update on paving. And that's all I've got. Y'all got any questions? Okay.
No, but we appreciate y'all taking the time to do this. It kind of gives everybody an idea.
Yeah, it gives everybody, and, you know, going by these color codes, you pretty much know what you got.
Or at least for that.
Yeah.
All right. Right, here requests for future agenda items from city council. Is there anything else we need to get on the agenda, please? Come on. Just act like you're, you know, yeah.
Oh, I come up with all kinds of stuff sitting at home.
All right. For everyone else, if you have not seen the agenda, we are about to go into executive session, which has numerous executives in it. So we're going to have a party and you don't have to go. No, sorry. I didn't know how else to let y'all know.